Hello, my name is Connie Baker. I'm Executive Director of Alleghany Highlands Arts and Crafts Center, and I wanted to just welcome you to the center. We are holding 3 campaigns, one for education, one for exhibition, and one for a capital campaign, which goes along with our mission statement, which is to promote visual arts through education, exhibitions, and marketing. This center has been here since 1984. We've been welcoming visitors, like over 9,000 every year, to the center from all over, local and all across the United States. Even some people from foreign countries have come for a visit, and we have many repeat visitors. The shop has several different kinds of artwork here. We have anything from oil and watercolor to sculpture and wood carving and jewelry and weaving. There's just about anything you might want to find here in the shop. We offer exhibits that are varied in style and technique and medium. They're always good. They last 4 to 6 weeks. They're free. We also offer classes and education and workshops from children that are in grade school through adulthood and just older youth. Several different kinds of classes and workshops are offered here.
I'm Dennis Nelson. I'm a board member here at the Alleghany Highlands Arts and Crafts Center. The Arts Center took over 2 empty storefronts in Clifton Forge in 1984, and about 1990 refurbished the heating and air conditioning system for the center. Over 30 years, it's begun to show its age, and we are having to make a number of significant repairs to the system. So to help defray the cost of these repairs, we have set up this capital campaign. Hopefully we can raise enough money to do a major overhaul of the system and make it more livable.
Alleghany Highlands Arts and Crafts Center Artist in Education Residency Program serves high school students with and their teachers with a chance to work with a professional artist for 10 days each year, 5 in one semester, 5 in the other. And they have done everything from stained glass to stone sculpture to assemblage to handmade paper. This piece is a piece of handmade paper by Jennifer Galvin, who will be our AIE residency artist this year. In the process, the teachers get a professional development program. The students get a chance to expand their horizons in terms of working with a professional artist, and we get to expand and enhance the high school art curriculum. So over the years, it's been a great program for at least 30 years.
And that is one of my favorite things about papermaking is there really are no mistakes. You can always start over. You just scrape the paper off at any point, put it back in the vat, and make a new piece, and that is the magic of papermaking. All right, we're going to make a sheet of paper now. To make a sheet of paper, you get your towel and your sponge up here, get your mold and your decal together, and we're going to put the paper onto, this is Formica, and you want to get your Formica set over, I'm going to move all this stuff for you. Get your Formica set over to this side, and you want to take your decal, put it on top of your mold. You want to stir your vat up because you want to get all of the pulp off of the bottom. This vat, since we just put pulp in it, is pretty heavy on pulp, so we should get a nice thick sheet. Put it in. You always want to shake that way and that way. That aligns your fibers. If you don't do that little shake, your paper will not be as strong because you're aligning your fibers to go lengthwise and horizontally and vertically. Okay, and then you're letting it drip. Once it's dripped, you put it over on this towel. Then you're going to take your decal off. You want to take it off straight up and over because you do not want it to drip on your paper. If you get a drip on there, it will make a watermark. Those are called that man's tears because you're sad that you have, unless you want a watermark. If I wanted watermarks at this point, I could take like my water bottle and spray it. So I skipped a step because I was talking. I want to take water out. Taking water out of paper makes it stronger. So I want to carefully pat it with the towel. Now I'm going to put it on here. We have made paper with the mold and decal, which is Western. We're drying paper by restraint, which is the Eastern way of drying. So we're going to put it on here, and then you use your sponge to get the water out of it. And I always say you use your towel when it's side up, and you use your sponge when it's side down this way. And you want to get quite a bit of that water out because you're sticking it down on here, and drying by restraint is what makes it so flat. And I'm getting it. It's very wet, so I'm going to move it over here. And you want to keep using your sponge on it until you're not seeing too much water come out of the edges. And I'm still seeing water. And you want to make sure you're poking up into the corners, so otherwise your corners will come off. And then you want to take this off kind of like a Band-Aid. Just pop it up. And you'll have a nice piece of paper. And once you get that done, you want to use your sponge just to go around the edges a little bit. And then you have your piece of paper.
Hello, I'm Betsy Carter. I'm a volunteer here at the Alleghany Highlands Arts and Crafts Center. And as a volunteer, I have gotten to come and visit art camp. Oh, it is so much fun. The kids are everywhere, and Karen Thomas, the teacher, has so many different kinds of things for them to do. It provides an opportunity for some children who have never been to camp to go to camp, and as well as to give a vent to their artistic leanings. I've got some examples here of some things that they've done in past summers. Here's a darling paper mache figure. I think it's a combination of a giraffe. Not sure exactly what it is, but it's beautiful in somebody's eyes. Here's some things that she did. Here's a mask, which I think is really good. She might have several different activities going on at the same time, and if a kid doesn't want to participate in one activity, they get to go do another one. I love these paper mache. This is a fruit bowl, and this is an ice cream bowl. That ice cream almost looks good enough to eat. And the last one is, this is called quilling, and the student did the initial of their name. So many things, so many opportunities for kids who may not get an opportunity to go to camp or to experience art the way that Karen helps them do.
How did you become interested volunteering at the center, and why do you enjoy it?
Well, okay, I became interested because I've always been interested in art. I have absolutely no talent in that regard. So it seemed to me the next best thing to visiting galleries, which I did a lot of as a kid growing up, to work as a volunteer in one. So if I couldn't make art or produce art, at least I could help those who do.
Okay. So where did you begin viewing and visiting?
Well, I was lucky enough to grow up in northern New Jersey. So New York City was basically my playground. So there were any number of museums. The Metropolitan Museum of Art was a favorite of mine. And there were endless galleries downtown around, at that time, around what's known as Washington Square and Sheridan Square. And so I would just walk from one gallery into another and just try to engage anybody who was there, particularly if they knew anything about art. So, and it just continued. And so I was lucky enough to travel when I was younger, so I got to see any number of galleries and museums and other places. So that was also very helpful.
I'm happy to talk about the Alleghany Highlands Arts and Crafts Center. I was lucky enough to be here in 1984 when it opened its doors, and to find it to be a wonderful place for gifts for my family when there really wasn't many other places to shop in Clifton Forge. I think the Alleghany Highlands Arts and Crafts Center has been a real boon to the downtown and to the whole region, because when you see those Alleghany Highlands Arts and Crafts Center signs on the interstate, you know that it's a place worth going to see, and it is. I have bought over the past decades, I don't know how many thousands of dollars of gifts, all of which have been appreciated. And I'll just share a little story about my son, who now at 41 came back this summer. This is the one place he wanted to come, in Clifton Forge, to shop. So I think that says an awful lot about the history that this place has with people, and the importance of keeping it going in every way we can.